All right, welcome to part 2. Please go back and watch from part 1 and make sure that this is your message. But once again, overall, so you've been working on your healing. You have gotten to the point of some sort of understanding, or you will soon. For some of you guys, this could just be a confirmation, okay? Knowing that maybe you were a little bit more stern in regards to how you were judging others, how your energy was coming from a past life level. And the thing is I'm getting a lot of masculine energy in this reading in regards to your energy. However, I feel like you very well could be a feminine, right? Because during this transformation time, a lot of the feminines have been healing this distorted masculine energy. And by healing this distorted masculine energy, it actually opened you up to the concept of being able to understand the way things were playing out, the reason why things weren't working out in regards to love. But the thing is that this, during this heavy reflection period, and this being in regards to love and being something that you manifested, this was all gearing you up to call love in for yourself. And that's why you're seeing this message, okay? That's why I say it's so important to go back and watch from part 1, because if part 1 does not resonate, then this second part is not going to be for you. Because the second part, we're actually going to be picking up on the masculine's energy. And I'm actually going to start doing these types of readings on YouTube only, because that doesn't give a part by part type of reading. It's just the entire reading, okay? So it's not like a certain part's going to fall on your For You page and then people are going to neglect part 1. If this is taken as a personal reading for you, that is collective, so, right, it's only going to resonate with whoever it's meant to resonate for, but it's very important that you take each piece of the reading before you make a conscious decision like, that's not for me, or that's not aligned, okay? Because all of these are indicators that the message is going to be for you, okay? So we know that what you've been working on. I was going to get a little bit more, but Spirit said it's not needed. So let's see who or what is in your energy, or what's coming in for your energy in regards to love now that you've had this pivotal energy change. I don't feel like this is going to be something that's going to be happening drastically, because I do still feel like there is work that needs to be done in regards to the shadow, but it's almost like now you have that conscious awareness on what needs to be worked on and healed within the shadow, because God and the divine represented this mirror to show you where you were lacking in regards to love, being able to call in what you were truly asking for, okay? Okay, so right off the get, they did not put anybody else's energy out here. I still feel like this is very much your own energy. So what this is telling me is they don't want you to focus on who's coming in or who's returning, if that's what you were seeking. This message solely has to be about you, your cycles, and your completion in order to move forward. So in order to call in love for yourself, not saying that that's never going to come or anything like that. That's just not in the message for you today. And I don't want that to discourage you at all, but this is all still pivotal points. This is all still very much current energy that you've been working on. So it very much depends on how you're navigating and you're healing through these things. And as much as us readers want to tell you how to heal and to help you with that, that has to be on a soul level. You have to be connected to yourself and to the divine enough to understand what needs work, how to heal through that. That's your lessons in life. That's truly your own journey, and nobody else can counteract with that. We can only give you the guidance and kind of point out things that need work or need to be improved on. But when it comes to the actual healing aspect, that's 100% your responsibility, okay? 456 can be an important angel number for you. But I do feel like there is a sense of now further healing, a sense of a long-term vision here, okay? And I do feel like there was a lot of disruptions, like you physically don't know where your life is going in a long-term bracket. You're still trying to obtain a certain amount of stability within your life, and God and the divine want you to solely focus on the imbalances within your own life, because you cannot be an equal partner to somebody, or you cannot call somebody in what you're manifesting. So you're probably manifesting a highly worthy individual, one that is stable, that's reliable, but at the same sense, like the weird part of manifesting is that in order to obtain what you're manifesting, you have to be in alignment for what you're manifesting. And so in this energy, they're prepping you and getting you ready to be in full alignment on what you're seeking, okay? So I do feel like overall in your energy, there has been some disruptions of a long-term plan here, long-term stability. All right. I feel like there has been a lot of financial disrupts, right? You have to let God and the divine kind of rework your life where the tower moments need to happen. Maybe you need to focus more on finances or what you want for your long-term stability, because they don't want to send somebody in that you just need to rely on. Okay. Because that's just going to feed your codependent addiction. And then if that person or that relationship goes stale, then you have nothing within your own self to rely on. You don't have your own self-stability, and then yet you'll be in another karmic situation because you will feel less than, because you won't feel stable, and all of your insecurities will stem up, and you'll start actually like self-sabotaging that connection. And that is what God and your angels are trying to prevent. They want you to be at a level of financial stability and stability in your life to actually make this next relationship, your last one, and very, very much stable, okay? Once again, I don't want to discourage you, because this pivotal transformation is actually going to allow you to step into your power here with the Queen of Wands upright. And underneath the Queen of Wands, we have the Eight of Pentacles upright. So this is going to take a lot of hard work stepping back into your power. That's how God wants you. They want you to be in your magnetic power. They want you to obtain this stability because it's going to add on to your confidence. Like, I am capable of anything. I am powerful. I am beautiful. I am magnetic. So this is going to uproar your solar plexus energy, but in a healthy, good way of you starting to recognize that you're actually able to do anything you set your mind to within yourself, okay? And this is going to attract the right person in, which is exactly why we're seeing the feminine energy. Please don't make gender fit here, because it will never in tarot, all right? This is actually going to open up your intuition, like, oh, okay, so you're gonna start having a lot of clarity moments, and not to mention your gifts are deepening with the Queen of Wands and the High Priestess here. Your gifts are also deepening, right? There's a certain level that you need to be on your soul self before God and the divine know that you're truly ready for a partnership. Because if they gave you a partnership right now, you would still be in the energy of neglecting yourself, neglecting working on yourself, and not being able to fully trust your intuition and stepping into your gifts and abilities, okay? Especially when we're seeing the Six of Pentacles in the reverse. It's like you tend to overgive in certain situations. We were picking that up in part 1, okay? So they don't want it to be one-sided anymore. They want you to recognize where you went wrong. They want you to be in the energy of mastering how to handle multiple priorities, how to master and handle financial, your own stability, your own gifts and abilities. And then we're going to add on the relationship aspect, because you'll already be at a master balance, okay? Without necessarily feeling the sense of being overwhelmed, okay? So the confusion is coming to an end. You're going to have a lot of enlightening periods on why these relationships had to come to an end, why the self-growth was absolutely necessary, and how energetically you were actually kind of resisting going through this change, because I don't feel like you were necessarily ready to take full accountability on where you were going wrong. There was still a lot of inner child healing that needed to happen, okay? And that's why you would constantly seek closure on certain connections. Why am I not getting what I'm receiving? Yada, yada, kind of putting you in the Five of Cups energy. Why is this not working out? Let's take this to a part 3 so I can give you further guidance on what's to come, okay? I love you.